Hey guys, me here with Creative Business Build, and in today's video I wanted to show you how I structure my cold emails. So basically I've been getting a lot of questions regarding what kind of an email do I send to a potential client that I'm getting in touch with for the first time. And I've decided to basically share my process and show you how I write my cold emails before I send them to a potential new client. So let's get started. For the purposes of this presentation, I'll be using Gmail. You can use Gmail or basically any other client, any other mail client like Thunderbird or Outlook, or basically whichever one you prefer, but I like to use Gmail. Also, it's good to have your dedicated domain, so you're not sending your emails from a generic email, from a generic Gmail address or a Yahoo mail address, but you're sending your emails from a domain address. Like in my example, this is miha@startupexplainer.com. This is basically my video and animation production company, and this helps to build social proof and also helps you to basically look more professional. And I really urge you, even if you don't have your own company, get your own domain name, maybe with your name.com or something like that, and use that, because it's much more effective when sending out cold emails. So let's get started. Now now this is a new message draft. Now this is a new message window inside of Gmail, and for the recipient address, you'll be using the address of a decision maker in a company that you would basically like to work with or build a business relationship with, and that's usually their name at theirdomain.com. We've discussed that in the previous videos about how to find potential clients online. I'll also be doing a video series on how to actually extract emails from decision makers, but for now let's just make up somebody. So for example, that's John at companyname.com. And now for the subject. I've tested a couple of subjects in the past, but from my experience it's good to use a subject that's not too scammy or spammy, or that doesn't look like you're selling them something. So I really like to use a simple subject like "Hi John," for example, or cooperation proposal, or let's say, for example, since I'm using these cold emails to sell animation services, you can also use this for selling graphic design or something like that. So in this case we'll be using like an animated video for companyname.com. This is basically their company name, or just don't use .com here, just use their company name. Or you can use, I don't know, logo design or graphic design or UX design for their app or something like that. But what I found also is that it's good to use lowercase letters in the inside of the subject, because people's inboxes are really crowded, and a lot of addresses are like, I don't know, get 30% off something or whatever, and it's all in really uppercase letters and it's really screaming. So this email has to look really like a real person is sending it to them. So it helps basically to get the email opened. Now, the next thing to do is I start with something simple like "Hi John." Then I introduce myself. The first thing you need to do, because you're getting in touch with this person for the first time, and they don't know you, and you have to introduce yourself in a way that will help to build rapport with them, and also help to build some social proof right off the bat. So in this case I'll be using "Hi John, I'm Miha, the founder of startupexplainer.com, where we create animated videos for companies in. Now, a very important trick, depending on the industry you're targeting, you need to define that you are creating, something within that industry. So, for example, I do a lot of work in the startup industry and with blockchain startups and basically companies that create apps and basically companies in the IT industry space. So for the companies in the, I don't know, on the application development and internet industry. Okay, sorry about that. And information technology industry. And that's basically a short sentence of what we actually do at Startup Explainer. Now, the next thing, because you're getting in touch with them through a cold email, you need to address that issue before they get a feeling like you're trying to get in touch with them in an illegitimate way or trying to spam them or something. That's why I always include something like this. I hope something like, I hope you don't mind me reaching out to you. This is really good because it addresses the issue, shows that you're a human being and that you're not trying to spam them. Now, the next thing I do is I say something like, because for example, if I found the contact of this person on LinkedIn or on, for example, AngelList or Crunchbase, I came across So for example, you put the name of their product or service here, so that can be their app name or their company or brand name or whatever. But you say something like, I came across your company profile on crunchbase.com and I really like your website. However, I've noticed that you're not using an animated video for your product or services. This basically addresses the issue that they're not using an animated video, and you are trying to find out if they're basically have ever considered using something like that. But before I ask them if they've tried to consider, if they've considered using an animated video, or for example, that can be graphic design or whatever whatever that they might need from the creative industry. So the next thing I do is I show them some of the work that I've done in the past in the same industry as their product or services in, so that they will get a good feeling that basically my company is the right company for the work that they need, or that if they're looking into animated videos, we've also done, or I've done some work in that industry in the past, and basically those are the links to my portfolio pieces, if you want to say it like that. So for example, feel free to check out some of our previous work, and then I include links to some of my previous animations that I've done that are really relevant to their industry. I've actually got this in the clipboard, so I'll just copy paste it in here. Okay, now I need to delete this. And here are basically the links to my work and also a short explanation of basically what they'll be seeing here, so that they know, so that they basically have a little expectation of what they will be seeing once they click on the link. So these are the links to my previous work, and the next thing I do is just ask them if they've considered using something like that, like an animated video for their company. So then I ask them, have you considered creating an animated video for your product or service? Basically insert their product or service name here, or their brand name here. And the next thing I do is just write something like service, okay. If yes, oh, no, not the yes. Okay, oops, what did I just do? Oh, I pressed F12, accident. Okay, so have you considered creating an animated video for your product or service? Insert product or service name here, and then just let me know and we can talk more, or maybe schedule a Skype meeting. Now, this is really simple but really potent. Also, I mentioned scheduling the Skype meeting. A lot of times it happens that the Skype meeting never happens, but sometimes it does, but that's not important. The important thing is that you're actually offering a Skype meeting to them, and that really helps build social proof, and they know that you're a real person who isn't hiding behind an email or something like that. So it's really important to basically include that in the cold email. Now, you can use Skype or Google Hangouts or whatever video conferencing service you prefer, but I prefer Skype. A lot of people use it, so that's basically what I do. Then just best or thanks or Miha. That's it. Now, this cold mail is really simple, and you can see that I don't really list any benefits. I don't talk about the pricing here. I don't talk about any kind of production details, because all of that comes later. Usually what happens when I send an email like this, or if they don't answer me right away when I follow up, basically I get a question like, hey, yes, we've considered creating an animated video, how much does that cost, and everything like that, and you work out all those details as you go. But for the first email, keep it simple and keep it on a friendly and polite note, but don't be too eager or too needy for trying to get their attention or get their job or get work from them. And that's basically my approach. It works really well, and I really urge you to to try it out. And also in the signature, you see that I'm not using any kind of picture or logo here, because a lot of email clients don't actually display pictures within the email signatures, and you also can get an error message saying like this, that email may have viruses if you include images. So I really like to use just a plain text email signature with my name, my LinkedIn link, my LinkedIn name. This is very important because if clients don't know you, they will go and check out your LinkedIn profile. And I also include my Skype name, so they can add me on Skype if they want. And also my domain name and my email address. Now, don't let the simplicity of this email fool you. You don't have to write you don't have to write a multi-page cold email that includes all the benefits that they will be getting, or all the features that your design or animated videos or UX design or whatever, or illustration services will offer to them, because you've also displayed that. You've displayed that by showing them relevant work from their industry. Basically, the better clients you have here from your portfolio, the more social proof you will have with every client. So with time, once you start working on better and better projects, you will have a much stronger portfolio, and that will help build your social proof. So then just click send and wait for them to answer, and if they don't open your email, just follow up. And we'll be talking more about follow-ups in one of my next videos, and that's basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching how I create cold emails. I really urge you to try this approach out. Let me know how it works out for you in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, or subscribe to my channel if you like the content. And if you have any questions or want to share your experience, or maybe if you've tried some different techniques with cold email and had good results, let me know in the comments below, and we'll talk about it more. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.